Right now, live at 5, Superior votes. After a confusing and controversial day in Wisconsin, voters hit the polls amidst a flurry of safety concerns. And how Ely is helping protect people while working to slow the spread of coronavirus, and why one Iron Range city is feeling a little festive. Plus, as the economic downturn continues, White House officials say more money could be on the way for small businesses impacted by the coronavirus.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
Tell Channel 1.
Good evening. Here's a live look from the Government Services Center in Superior, Wisconsin, where voters are turning out to cast their ballots despite the COVID-19 pandemic. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kristen Bakke.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. Voters flocked to the polls in Wisconsin today despite the confusing road to Election Day. On Monday, Governor Tony Evers signed an executive order to postpone the state's presidential primary. That decision later overturned by the conservative-controlled Supreme Court.
Now we're getting reaction from local lawmakers and voters who say the decision-making from the Capitol has been a cause of anxiety for many.
CBS3's Emma Quinn has been following this story for us today. She joins us live from outside the Government Services Center in Superior, which was one of the polling places around the state for today. Emma, what did those voters have to say?
Yes, so Tony, I was here for a couple of hours this morning, and a lot of the voters I spoke to said they weren't happy with the decision the Supreme Court had made to hold elections today, and many of them said it's caused a lot of anxiety. Some of those voters I spoke to say they have high-risk family members, and so when Governor Evers had proposed postponing the primary until June, it made them feel more at ease. But with that primary not being moved, they felt they had to make a tough decision between coming out to vote or staying home, which they say they felt it wasn't very fair, especially when other states have made the choice to postpone their primaries.
I have a high-risk child, so I haven't left my house, and I hated being in the position between deciding, do I vote or do I keep my child safe? I kind of felt like I had to make that decision. And
the majority of voters I saw this morning were wearing gloves and masks, along with those working at the polls. Now, voters tell me they did appreciate the efforts made by Douglas County and the city of Superior, efforts made to help keep everyone distanced and safe during voting, and that included curbside voting as an option, as well as they were cleaning every voting booth after it was used.
Certainly a unique election this time around. That's CBS3's Emma Quinn live for us in Superior tonight. Thanks, Emma.
Superior Mayor Jim Payne says he's not thrilled the election is being held today, but he added that it is state law, so he's doing everything he can to keep Superior voters safe. Payne says all of the city's regular polling places are open today besides the Salvation Army location, and they will stay open until 8 o'clock tonight as usual. But you don't necessarily have to go inside to vote, as those locations are also offering curbside voting options. Payne says anyone headed to the polls should consider wearing a mask and bringing your own pen. You will also need to have your ID. Election workers will also be wearing masks and gloves. Payne says because the state legislature is the only authority with the power to make an election date, they expected this election to be held today all along. So they've been planning for this for weeks.
I can confidently say that every possible precaution has been taken, and that's because of the outstanding planning that has come out of our clerk's office and the hard work of pretty much everybody participating, working this election.
While Mayor Payne agrees with the governor that the election should have been moved, he also pointed out that would have been concerning for the Douglas County Board seats and Superior School Board seats that were set to expire soon. Payne also says moving today's election wouldn't have made much of a difference for northern Wisconsin residents who are also voting in a special election for the state's 7th congressional district in about a month.
To move the April election, unless they were going to also change the date of that special election, it really wouldn't have solved any problems for us.
Are you guys working remotely? Yeah.
Democrat Tricia Zunker is running against Republican State Senator Tom Tiffany in that race. Zunker called for the state to move this election. We have not heard from Tiffany.
Meanwhile, Governor Tony Evers did not hold a press conference today. Instead, he issued a statement. The Democrat wrote that although he's deeply concerned about the health implications of voting in person today, He thanked those who voted, worked the polls, and reported on this election. As of this morning, Superior Mayor Jim Payne says the city received 4,300 requests for absentee ballots. They had about 3,300 of those returned as of 9:30 this morning. Payne says it's a historically high number of absentee ballots for the city. It's also more than half the turnout the city saw for 2016's presidential primary. A reminder that we will not see any results from this election tonight. In fact, they will not be available until next week. After 4 p.m. Monday, April 13th, clerks can tally up the votes and release results. There will not be any preliminary results before then. That includes statewide races and city races.
Congress is preparing to give the Trump administration more funding to support a popular new program geared to help small businesses weather the coronavirus pandemic. Natalie Brand is at the White House with more.
Thank you, everybody, for being with us.
President Trump held a conference call with banking executives as some small businesses worry the relief program meant to help them will run out of funding.
We're going to be going for, it looks like, a very substantial increase in the number because we'll be running out of money pretty quickly, which is a good thing in this case, not a bad thing.
Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin has asked congressional leaders for an additional $250 billion. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has said he wants the Senate to approve more money by Thursday. Members of Congress expect to discuss the coronavirus crisis and a possible Phase 4 stimulus bill in a series of conference calls with the vice president this week.
It was clear, even as we passed the last bill, that it would not be enough.
According to reports, top White House trade advisor Peter Navarro circulated memos months ago warning the coronavirus pandemic could cost the U.S. economy trillions of dollars and kill hundreds of thousands of Americans.
I never saw it.
Do you know if the president saw it?
I honestly don't know.
And members of a FEMA task force involved in distributing supplies will have to work remotely while their building is cleaned after an individual tested positive for COVID-19. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
There's been a shakeup on the White House communications team. Stephanie Grisham has stepped down from her role as press secretary to become chief of staff and spokesperson for the First Lady.
Let's take a quick look at the number of cases around our region. Michigan has nearly 19,000 now with more than 800 deaths. Minnesota has more than 1,000 cases with 34 deaths, and Wisconsin has more than 2,500 cases with 92 deaths. Worldwide, there are almost 1.5 million cases with more than 300,000 recoveries. All right, Caitlin's in for Dave again tonight. Caitlin, stormy to start the day, just like you said, but boy, it gave way to a pretty nice spring day.
Yeah, so a lot of areas actually saw quite a bit of thunderstorms, as well as golf ball size hail was reported in Rusk County, Wisconsin. So some areas did manage to see what we were talking about last night. And of course, we saw some heavy rain into the Twin Ports, but beautiful day across the region today. We actually hit our first 60-degree day up on the hill. There was about a 15 to 10 degree difference from the hill to the lake just due to that slight lake breeze, and that's something we're going to deal with for most of the spring and the summer as we're used to Lake Superior. Day planner as you head out the door for Wednesday, though, we're looking at partly cloudy skies to start the morning, low of 34 degrees. By lunchtime, we'll see some sunshine, 42 degrees, and then 47 for our high. I'll have more details coming up next.
Thanks, Caitlin. Still to come on Live at 5, Christmas is back on in Evelyn, plus the girls' basketball team in Ashland says farewell to their head coach. That's coming up on City by City.
You're watching Live at 5 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live Local CBS 3.
At Super One Foods, we go to great measures to deliver you with top quality meat every day. Try our 80% lean brown chuck for only $2.89 per pound and get Elliot's ham portions for just 97 cents per pound. Plus, we provide the best of the best in fresh produce. Get extra large Dole pineapple for just $1.97 and get fresh asparagus for just $1.97 per pound. Through all that we do, we've got you in mind. Super One Foods, serving you lower prices and better choices.
The Garage, it's your space. Get a garage fit for all of your agricultural needs with our Farmer 40 by 40 garage. Store all the equipment needed to get the job done. No matter what you put in your space, trust us to build it right. Economy Garages, built right, priced right.
You love the look of exterior lighting, but lighting contractors cost a fortune. And wiring your own lights? Well, don't try that at home. You need Disc Lights by Bell & Howell, the portable, powerful, solar-powered LED outdoor lights that mount flat to the ground to create incredible cascades of light. Best of all, there's no wiring at all. Just press Disc Light flat to the ground and you're done. Bell & Howell Disc Lights utilize light conversion technology that absorb the sun's energy in storage cells, where it's converted into solar-powered electricity. So when the sun goes down, Disc Lights come up for 10 full hours and turn off automatically in daylight. And now you can get this set of 4 Bell & Howell Disc Lights for just $19.95. But wait, order today and we'll even ship it to you free. But there's more. Order today and you can get a second set of 4 Disc Lights. Just pay a separate fee. So don't delay. Order your Bell & Howell Disc Lights today. Call now.
Call 1-800-902-5994 or go to disclights.com. That number again is 1-800-902-5994 or order online at disclights.com.
Always on the go, but want to keep up with the day's news? Don't worry. Now we are wherever you are. Traveling? No problem. Stream wherever, whenever with live local CBS3. Find your favorite CW shows on the Duluth CW, cable, satellite, over the air, and streaming on KDLH Duluth.
Welcome back to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look over Lake Superior. It's looking a little nicer outside than it was this morning. Now let's take a look at what's happening in the rest of the Northland. A call for those who can sew in Ely to Christmas lights in Eveleth. Let's head around the Northland, city by city. We'll start things off in Eveleth, where the Christmas lights for the Eveleth Super 8 are once again shining. The hotel is known for its Christmas display every year, and given the stressful time with COVID-19, they made the decision to flip the switch and brighten everyone's day once again. Now to Ely, where a local clothing outlet is calling those who can sew to join their fight against COVID-19. Wintergreen Northern Wear is asking for home sewers to make masks for the community, and they're even paying. The outlet will provide the kits for 24 masks and is offering $36 once the masks are sewn. You can find more details on their website. Now to Ashland, Wisconsin, where the school district is saying goodbye to longtime girls head basketball coach Brett Gunderson. Gunderson has served as the girls basketball coach since the 2012 season. The school board accepted his resignation on March 23rd. The district says they appreciate the time and effort he has given to the team. If there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email and it could be featured as we go around the Northland city by city.
Still to come on Live at 5, if you're looking for something to do during quarantine, how about taking some college classes online for free? Details coming up.
They're live, they're local. Watch the CBS3 News with Kristen Baki and Anthony Matt tonight at 6, right after the CBS Evening News at 5:30.
Did you know that over 90% of today's top-rated television shows can be watched for free, including live sports, news, and the hottest sitcoms, all for free? The TV Freeway Gold. Simply plug it into the back of your TV and start watching all of your favorite HD broadcast television shows free. TV Freeway Gold uses premium gold-plated connectors, giving you high-quality signal transfer so you can watch all your major channels all in high definition, absolutely free, anywhere you want, even on your boat. So you can cut the cord and get TV the freeway with TV Freeway Gold for only $19.99 for free TV forever. But when you order now, you can get a second TV Freeway Gold for a second TV. Just pay a separate fee and we'll ship them both to you free. But you have to order now.
Call 1-800-408-5417. That's 1-800-408-5417. Or visit tvfreewaygold.com. Order now.
From the kennel to the coop, whatever the season, Fleet Farm has everything to keep your animals happy and healthy. Whether it's keeping the backyard birds well-fed season, mastering those retrieval skills season, or wondering who takes care of who season. There's a reason people say if Fleet Farm doesn't have it, you don't need it, because we have it all. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
Find your favorite CW shows on the Duluth CW, cable, satellite, over the air, and streaming on KDLH Duluth.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my community and those I care about safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting nationalguard.com.
CBS3 Weather is brought to you by Economy Garages.
Welcome back. Duluth leaders took time to celebrate hard-working volunteers today. Mayor Emily Larson held a Zoom meeting to mark the 8th annual National Service Recognition Day. She celebrated people like folks from Equilibrium 3 and other national service organizers doing work in our community. All this week, Equilibrium 3 and other organizers are handing out free breakfasts and lunches to Duluth students while the school district's option shuts down over their spring break. Over the past year, Duluth has had about 100 national service members work in our community.
As the coronavirus outbreak forces millions of Americans to stay home, some are searching for ways to keep their minds sharp and focused. One option gaining traction is a chance to take college-level courses from top universities for free and online. Naomi Rusham explains how to get into these virtual classrooms.
College campuses are closed, libraries are shuttered, and Americans are stuck at home. But now many are turning to online courses to prevent coronavirus brain drain. DeWal Shaw runs a site called Class Central, which he describes as a TripAdvisor for online courses offered by top universities worldwide.
As soon as US sort of went into lockdown last Sunday, we saw a huge surge in traffic.
The site lists thousands of massive open online courses, also known as MOOCs. The vast majority are free, like this course about the coronavirus outbreak itself.
When someone is infected.
Like in college, many online courses require hours of class time and can take months or longer to complete. But if you're looking for a meaningful source of self-improvement, the options are endless.
Video lectures.
Lori Pickard found so much value in these free online courses that she built the equivalent of an MBA for a fraction of the price.
They've really tried to replicate what you would get in a traditional university classroom.
Pickard took 3 years to finish her coursework and wrote a book about her experience, but she says taking even one course can make anyone more valuable to a future employer.
I forced myself to take some courses that were harder or that weren't in an area that I felt naturally comfortable in.
Free courses aren't purely academic. Guitar company Fender is offering 3 months of free online guitar, bass, and ukulele lessons to hundreds of thousands of people. Or try your hand at a free cooking class, many of which are offered on YouTube.
Then it can come across at a 90-degree angle.
An entire world of new talents and interests to explore from home. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News, New York.
Because we're going to use this a little.
Although most of the courses are free, there are fees for students hoping to get a certificate or for some online exams.
Now, the CBS3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
So it was another gorgeous day here across the Northland. Temperatures did manage to get up into those 50s, and even in the Twin Ports up on the hill, we hit our first 60-degree day. So up on the hill, highs today, 61 degrees. 39, though, down in Canal Park. So a huge temperature swing just due to those slight breezes off of Lake Superior. So it keeps areas along the North Shore on the cooler side. You'll notice temps all in those 40s. Temperatures into those mid to low 50s for temperatures in the highs, and then down in northern Wisconsin, we're looking at temperatures in those upper 60s. Now, currently, still pretty gorgeous outside, 60 in Duluth, 64 in Solon Springs, 63 over in Brainerd, and 53 up at International Falls. We did see some thunderstorms roll through the area very early this morning, and this is just kind of the path that thunderstorm cell took. So we noticed yesterday when I showed that cell, it started over by Fargo, and it worked its way right through Brainerd to Moose Lake, Hinckley, and then over to the Rice Lake area. Now, Rusk County in Wisconsin actually reported some golf ball size hail from that system. Here in the Twin Ports, we did hear some thunder, but nothing too severe. Right now, the satellite radar showing a few scattered showers in the Brainerd area, but otherwise mostly sunny skies for much of the region, and some of that actually isn't quite hitting the ground. So we're in for a quiet night tonight, And we've got another chance of light showers and flurries for Wednesday. And that's as that cold front moves through the region. So that brings a 20% chance for areas just to the north to see a chance of some scattered showers to flurries. We'll see some sunshine here in the afternoon. But temperatures do cool off a few degrees on Thursday as that high pressure will move in. But we're going to have stronger northwesterly flow. That's going to keep temperatures in those upper 30s. But of course, with those really breezy winds, it is going to feel much colder on Thursday. Friday, temperatures bounce back up into more seasonable temps. We'll see a mix between that high and low pressure. We'll see some sunshine for our region, and we'll be at a high near 42 degrees. So time it out for you here on the WeatherMax forecast. We're looking at tonight, 11 o'clock, 47 degrees, mostly clear skies. We'll see a few clouds. Tonight is actually the super moon, or known as the pink moon, for the month of April. So for some spots, you may actually be able to see it as the closest it'll be to the Earth this year, and then it will move through Wednesday morning, 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Clouds do start to move in, and you'll notice up to the north, those scattered showers and flurries are possible. Temperatures in the 30s up to the north, and it moves through Thursday morning. Skies clear out, and then clouds move back in Thursday night. So tonight, it's going to be another quiet night, mostly clear skies. You may have a chance to see that moon. Northwest winds at 3 to 7 miles per hour. 33 degrees, though, so another milder evening. 7-day forecast, we're looking at 46 degrees tomorrow, partly cloudy skies. We will see some sunshine. Areas to the north, though, we'll see some scattered showers. Thursday, we cool off, and then we get back up into the 50s, low 50s, I should say, by Saturday. And then Easter, another cooler day for Easter, but on the dry side. So we've got a pretty dry 7-day forecast on tap.
Sounds like I might need to break out the shorts on Saturday, huh?
I mean, today we hit 60, so.
Yeah, it's a nice little stretch of weather.
Yeah.
Thanks, Caitlin.
Absolutely.
All right, it's that time. My favorite time of the show. Let's talk about some of our furry friends. Today we're bringing you not one, but two adorable kittens up for adoption from the Precious Paws Humane Society in my hometown of Chisholm. Meet 4-month-old Utah and Lila. They are a pair of bonded sisters who are friendly, playful, and once they've worn themselves out, very cuddly. Whether they are flying around the playroom or nestled up in your lap, they bring joy to everyone who meets them. They get along great with other pets, but must be adopted together. That means they can keep each other entertained when you are busy. If you're interested in adopting this playful pair, then you can call the number on your screen. In other pet-related news, wet conditions force city leaders to close the Duluth Dog Park. That closure starts tomorrow and will last until further notice. The rest of the city's dog parks are still open. Still to come, Superior beaches are set to be closed to non-county residents. This is the latest effort from the city in the fight against the COVID-19 pandemic.
And there's a new effort to support homeless residents in St. Louis County during the crisis. We'll have the details.
You gotta feel it to believe it. Get Extreme Internet starting at $19.99 a month for 1 year. With fantastic speeds from 60 meg up to 1 gig. Dynamic streaming video, so real you can feel it. Amplified in-home Wi-Fi and all the power you need to power it all. Get Extreme Internet starting at $19.99 a month for 1 year. Call 844-EXTREME2.
Your work is your name. You live by it. At Northland Lawn Sport and Equipment, we take our name, our work, just as seriously. John Deere excavators, skid steers, and loaders have the compact agility and big-time ability you need to finish the job. Comfortable, affordable, and backed by a 2-year, 2,000-hour full machine warranty. Standard. In-person service calls and parts delivery keep you work ready. Our techs are highly trained and incredibly knowledgeable. Northland Lawn Sport and Equipment. We make sure the work lives up to your name.
When it comes to sanitizing commercial and office buildings, you can count on the ServiceMaster Clean experts to get the job done with consistent, thorough, and reliable service every time. ServiceMaster Clean's experience and training in healthcare spaces gives them the ability to promote safe practices for infection prevention. Aligned with CDC recommendations, ServiceMaster has preventive solutions for all types of illnesses, including COVID-19. Call ServiceMaster Clean today to ensure the safety of your workplace.
Asbestos diseases like mesothelioma, lung cancer, and asbestosis can be devastating. That's why I called Asbestos Disease LLC. They were there when I needed them most. Asbestos Disease LLC helps victims and family members who were exposed to asbestos get the compensation they deserve from big companies and bankruptcy trusts. Call Asbestos Disease LLC at 800-547-4189. Get the right help when you need it most.
If you have to work from home and teach from home, then we think you should be able to pizza from home too. Right now, get Pizza Hut's best delivery deal. Large pizzas with up to 3 toppings for just $9.99. Available for carryout or contactless delivery at pizzahut.com.
Coming up Wednesday on CBS3 this morning, a recap of Wisconsin's election day and more COVID-19 statements from local officials.
And colder temperatures and gusty winds are set to move in. I'll have the details on that.
So make sure to wake up with us beginning at 5 a.m.
Get your news on the go. The CBS3 mobile app.
Find your favorite CW shows on the Duluth CW, cable, satellite, over the air, and streaming on KDLH Duluth.
Each spring, thousands of wildfires are caused by burning debris. To ensure everyone's health and safety during the COVID-19 public health emergency, the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources is suspending all burning permits until further notice. Burning debris in DNR protection areas is prohibited. Help keep our emergency responders able to help those who need it most. Thank you for your patience. For updated information, visit dnr.wi.gov and search fire.
Catch Eye on Parenting every Thursday at 6 with me, Leanne Valdez, on CBS3.
Some developing news we're just learning. President Donald Trump has granted Minnesota's request for federal disaster assistance due to the COVID-19 pandemic. In a letter, Minnesota's congressional delegation urged the administration to declare a disaster, citing the lack of supplies and limited capacity in the state's healthcare facilities, along with the 300,000 applications for unemployment that have been filed since the onset of the pandemic. We'll have more details on what this means for Minnesota coming up at 6. Meanwhile, you can now only go to Superior beaches with people you live with. That order came from Superior city leaders today. It also says only Douglas County residents can visit Wisconsin Point and Superior beaches. Outdoor activities in town are still allowed as long as you practice safe social distancing. No word yet if Duluth leaders will issue a similar order.
New details tonight in the fight against COVID-19 as it relates to St. Louis County's homeless population. The county says it's in the process of contracting with 4 hotels to house homeless individuals who need to be quarantined. The hotels would provide more than 90 rooms at a, quote, significantly reduced rate. The county is also working to secure meals, transportation, and mental health services. Total costs are expected to top out at $500,000 reimbursable through emergency funding. The county did not say which hotels will serve as quarantine sites.
Tonight here on the CBS Evening News, a slowdown in the rate of infections from coronavirus as New York grapples with its highest single-day death rate. What's behind the conflicting new numbers? And what led the acting Navy Secretary to resign just days after calling the former captain of the USS Theodore Roosevelt either stupid or naive? Plus, we've got a really sweet story tonight about 2 women, friends for a quarter century, that didn't let the coronavirus stop a 91st birthday celebration. That's all tonight here on the CBS Evening News. They're live, they're local. Watch the CBS3 News with Kristen Vaki and Anthony Matt tonight at 6, right after the CBS Evening News at 5:30.
Shop online at NorthwestOutlet.com. The North Face, Columbia, Under Armour, and Keen will allow Northwest Outlet to sell their spring and summer lines up to 25% off. Normally, this doesn't happen till August. Shop and save now. Up to 25% off at NorthwestOutlet.com.
Don't risk life or limb cleaning out your gutters. With one simple click or call, Gutter Helmet will provide a free inspection and estimate to eliminate the dangerous chore permanently. Our certified installers will clean out, tune up, install Gutter Helmet over new or existing gutters, and clean up the work area in less than a day. Gutter Helmet blends in beautifully with your home, is engineered to handle the heaviest of rainfalls, and is backed by a lifetime transferable warranty, assuring you'll never clean your gutters again. Gutter Helmet, retiring ladders since 1981.
Black Bear Casino Resort is sending you a big social distance bear hug. We have a lot of memories together, and we look forward to making more in the future when we're able to reopen. Check out blackbearcasinoresort.com and our Facebook page for updates. We are all in this together.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my community and those I care about safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting nationalguard.com.
Watch Anthony Matt weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m. on live local CBS3 Duluth.
My beautiful wife Elizabeth and I had an amazing life until we unexpectedly
spent all our money.
Javier and I are broken. We have to move in with you.
What? Now we're living with Elizabeth's sister and her amazing son.
You're the best.
I do have my moments. Yes, life is messy, but this will be the greatest experience of our lives. Or perhaps we might need jobs. Who's ready to party?
A New Broke, Thursday, 9:30, 8:30 Central on CBS.
Find your favorite CW shows on the Duluth CW, cable, satellite, over the air, and streaming on KDLH Duluth.
Welcome back to CBS3 Live at 5. Here's a live look out over Duluth this Tuesday evening. Now let's take a quick look at today's top stories. It was a confusing road to the election day after Governor Tony Evers signed an executive order to postpone the Wisconsin presidential primary. That decision was later overturned by the conservative-controlled Supreme Court just 24 hours before Election Day. We heard reactions from local lawmakers and voters who say the decision-making from the Capitol has been a cause of anxiety for many.
And tonight at 6, experts say isolation, stress, and fear can all be factors bringing people struggling with addiction to relapse. We talked to a local addiction expert who has seen it firsthand during the COVID-19 pandemic. Coming up later at 6 this evening, we'll show you how quarantine is impacting those on the road to recovery.
That's your news tonight at 5. The CBS Evening News is up next.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you at 6.